Hey music lovers, welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving headfirst into the wild, wacky, and sometimes downright unbelievable world of the music industry. So buckle up, grab your air guitar, and get ready for a roller coaster ride through some of the craziest things that have ever happened in the music industry. Alright mates, let's kick things off with a story that's more rock and roll than a Mick Jagger hip shake. The time Robbie Williams decided to hijack a train. Picture this. It's 1997. Robbie and his entourage are on tour, probably bored out of their minds when they decide to spice things up. They're on this train, right? And they get the brilliant idea to take over the dining car. This was a full-on rock star party. They're singing, they're dancing, they're probably pouring champagne into each other's shoes, standard rock star behavior. But here's the kicker. They even managed to convince the conductor to let them have a go at driving the train. Can you imagine? Thankfully, no one was hurt, and it all ended without a hitch. It just goes to show, you never know what's going to happen when Robbie Williams is around. Alright, from one wild man to another, let's talk about Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness himself. Now, Ozzy is a legend, known for his crazy antics on and off stage. But there's one incident that stands out as particularly, shall we say, batty. It was 1982, Ozzy was in the middle of a concert, the crowd was going wild and things were really heating up. Suddenly, a bat flew onto the stage. Now most people would probably freak out, right? But not Ozzy. Oh no, he saw this bat and he thought it was a rubber toy. So what does he do? He picks it up, leans in close, and chomps down on the poor creature's head. Yeah, you heard me right, bit the head clean off. Turns out that bat was very much alive and well. Or at least it was before Ozzy got his teeth on it. And as we all know, bats can carry rabies. So there's Ozzy, covered in bat saliva, having to get a series of painful rabies shots. Let's take a trip down memory lane to 1969, a time of peace, love, and some of the grooviest tunes the world had ever heard. The Beatles, the Fab Four themselves, were at the top of their game, but things weren't exactly harmonious within the band. Tensions were high and they were about to play their last ever live performance. But this wasn't going to be just any farewell concert. Oh no, this was the Beatles, and they were about to go out with a bang, on a rooftop. That's right, in a move that can only be described as pure genius. The band decided to stage an impromptu concert on the rooftop of their Apple Corps headquarters in London. Word spread like wildfire, and soon the streets below were packed with fans and bewildered Londoners, all craning their necks to catch a glimpse of the musical legends. The band played a blinder, belting out some of their biggest hits like Get Back and Don't Let Me Down, their music echoing through the streets of London. The police eventually had to shut the whole thing down, but not before the Beatles had created one of the most iconic moments in music history. Now, let's fast forward a few decades to 2010, a time when skinny jeans were all the rage, and a certain Lady Gaga was setting the world on fire with her unique brand of pop music and, let's be honest, outrageous fashion choices. But nothing could have prepared us for what she pulled at the 2010 MTV Video Music Awards. Lady Gaga rocked up to the awards show wearing a dress made entirely out of raw meat. Yes, you heard me right, meat! I'm talking slabs of flank steak draped around her like a couture gown, a meat hat perched precariously on her head, and even a meat necklace for good measure. The internet exploded, everyone had an opinion, and PETA probably had a collective meltdown. Was it a fashion faux pas, a bold artistic statement, or maybe she was just really hungry? We may never know the answer, but one thing's for sure. Lady Gaga's meat dress went down in history as one of the most talked about moments in music and fashion. And you know what? Good for her. In a world that often takes itself too seriously, it's refreshing to see someone like Lady Gaga push the boundaries and make us all question what's normal. Okay folks, it's time to get a little bit serious for a moment because we're about to delve into one of the most mysterious and tragic aspects of the music industry, the 27 Club. Now, this isn't a club anyone wants to be a part of, believe me. It's more like a chilling reminder of the fragility of life, especially in the fast lane of fame. The 27 Club refers to the unsettling number of incredibly talented musicians who left us way too soon, all at the tender age of 27. We're talking legends like Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse. The list goes on, and it's heartbreaking. These artists, all at the top of their game, burning bright but gone too soon. Some point to the pressures of fame. the relentless demands of the industry and the demons that often come with creative brilliance. But while we mourn their loss, we also celebrate their incredible contributions to music. Their music continues to inspire and move us, a testament to their enduring legacy. Alright, let's lighten the mood with a story that's equal parts rock and roll and, well, just plain strange. We're talking about Kiss, the band that took stage presence to a whole other level with their outrageous makeup, pyrotechnics, and, oh yeah, that time they put their own blood in a comic book. It was 1977, Kiss was at the height of their fame, and they teamed up with Marvel Comics for a special edition comic book. They decided to make this comic book extra special, extra metal, by adding a rather unusual ingredient to the red ink: their own blood. Yes, you heard that right, folks. The members of Kiss actually had their blood drawn by medical professionals, because even rock stars have to be safe, and then mixed it into the red ink that was used to print the comic. But hey, it's Kiss. What did you expect? They're the kings of shock rock, and they certainly left their mark, or rather their blood, on the comic book world. Now let's talk about the king of pop himself, Michael Jackson. Now Michael was no stranger to rumors and speculation, but there's one particular story that always stood out as particularly bizarre, even for him. Rumor had it that Michael Jackson, in all his eccentricity, had purchased the bones of Joseph Merrick, better known as the Elephant Man. You see, Michael was deeply moved by Merrick's story, a man ostracized for his physical appearance, a feeling Michael, who struggled with his own public image, could relate to. The story goes that Michael, in his desire to connect with Merrick on a deeper level, wanted to give him a proper resting place, away from prying eyes. Now, as much as we love a good juicy story, this one turned out to be just that, a rumor. While Michael's fascination with the Elephant Man was well documented, he never actually owned the bones. So, there you have it, some of the craziest, most unbelievable things that have happened in the music industry. From bat bites to meat dresses, train hijackings to blood-infused comic books, the world of music is never short of surprises. Which story did you find the most unbelievable? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ding that bell icon so you don't miss out on more wild and wonderful content. Until next time, keep it real, keep it rockin', and remember, life's too short to be boring.